I'm Elias Blowy, Menlo Park resident. I'm here on the city manager contract topic. The first point I'd make is whether or not, as a technical matter, the agenda notice is sufficient in this case under the Brown Act. You can't tell from the agenda what we're talking about. Are we talking about the past contract, or are we talking about a proposed future contract? If you're talking about the past contract, maybe. If you're talking about a future contract, I don't read the agenda as saying that. But I'll be out of the room when you think about that further. I think the Post article, though, highlights those are two very different subjects. One is a question about past performance. If you were to use the innuendo of that article. On the other hand, if it's a new contract, that suggests something entirely different. So and we're left to guess as members of the public. There's no other information than a handful of words in the agenda. Secondly, I'd say, and I suggested some of this 2 weeks ago when you were meeting as a bare minimum quorum at 12:15 a.m. I don't think this is the appropriate process or setting for meetings like this. Morris, interestingly, Morris Brown to my left, asked me what I talked about because he happened to see the part of the videotape that was over in the council chambers. So we have no videotape. I don't know if we have any minutes for public comment or anything. So from a process perspective, this is not right to me. I have a 40-ish year history of attending government meetings. The normal process that I've seen is the meeting, there is, fine, you can have an executive session for a wide variety of things, or a defined number of things in the various codes. But there's an adjournment to that meeting. There's an opportunity to provide comment in the normal setting for the given body, and then the body returns to the meeting and reports action if it's permitted on the subject, or more likely no action or public vote. Well, I know when I was here 2 weeks ago, frankly, when I walked to my car after I was done talking with you, they turned the lights out in the other building. So I don't see how that could have even factually happened. So I just don't think you have the right process here for public input in topics like this. As to substance, I will address the newest, frankly, integrity and competence questions that I have under oral communications tonight. They relate to substantive agenda items from the last regular meeting that 3 of you attended. As I said, and this is just in summary form, at the last session on this same topic, before you went into private session, for the benefit of the other 2 council members who were unable to attend, I think you need to follow through with the investigation and the review of the Smith-related incident in a public forum. I don't think that's been had. I don't think that discussion of marketing spend, which was, I believe, a narrower topic, is the same. There was a criminal investigation here that telegraphs something huge as far as red flags, but it's still not the same as the issues that would be on the table in this context, which would be ethics, judgment, and appropriate conduct. Those are not things that are in the criminal code. Finally, I'll say, because I've been wondering where to say this, but there have been a number of things that have suggested to me that a decision the council made in the past, I remember it because I was at the meeting, which delegated to the city manager the authority to pay bonuses within specified amounts. That was a poor decision, because and put it in the context of whatever contract discussions you might be having. You've removed yourselves from that decision, Lou. I've been in boardrooms of public companies that employ many more people than the city does, and that tension has been had and that discussion has been had as between CEOs and boards. The right answer is that the boards maintain control, because otherwise you've made the staff beholden to the city manager for compensation. I think that's a mistake. So those are the comments I'll make here. I'll make the balance in oral communications about substantive agenda topics. Thank you.
And I'm Morris Brown, Stone Pine Lane, Menlo Park, and I also want to address the issue of the city's manager's contract. And I'm sure you're all aware that there was a letter signed by 4 ex-mayors submitted to the council's email log. And I just want to add a little bit to that. And this business of somebody, in my estimation, somebody in city staff is trying to rewrite history. When the public records request finally yielded 7 items that were submitted to the Almanac last year in November, I believe it was, when you did an analysis of these items and looked at the source code or looked at the metadata that's included in these documents, it turned out that 3 of these items had dates on them that were obviously fictitious. The items were dated early in the spring, and the source data, the data that can be gotten from a forensic analysis of the source code, indicated that they were created in August. Something's wrong, and this was not covered in this letter, and somebody in the city has been trying to cover up what really happened, and I don't know who it is, but somebody's not doing a very good job of the cover-up. Thank you very much.